cage. Come on, relax.
Okay, fellas, you both had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I want. I obey my commands at all times. All right? I want no noise with the head. Shake hands, buddy corners. Good luck, fellas.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds for the Light Welterweight Championship of Great Britain.
A British title clash that's been in the making for quite a while. It's got the domestic critics excited. There's a good possibility that these two will blend very well. Aggression, come forward styles. It's Surrey's Lenny Daws and Motherwell's Barry Morrison. And Robert McCracken, Lenny Daws' trainer, was just saying to him, relax, because he can be a slow starter.
Well, I think it's a big night for him on a big card, and he's just probably a little tense and needs to be relaxed early on. Morrison can start quick when he wants to, maybe has a little bit more punch power. So, you know, there may be a bit of nerves with Daws.
Well, he was confident, Morrison, at the press conference and weigh-in this week. Believes that this has come at the right time, despite the recent dip in form that he's had and the loss to Mihaita Mutu, which set him back slightly. Just believes he's a better fighter than Lenny Daws. We'll see.
Well, Daws impressed me in his good win over Nigel Wright, where he didn't do much wrong, and it was a good work rate, good intensity, took all the play away from the County Durham man, and he'll be looking for a good performance here.
There's a feel that Daws just could come through with a bit more sparkle to the domestic scene. Was right. It was very impressive against Nigel Wright. It's a difficult southpaw to look good against. Tonight, an altogether different foe, an orthodox man with power who can be outboxed.
Now Morrison giving away the height and reach. He's got to try and get inside the arms and work in close with the hooks.
Left hook, did connect there. And Daws just has to hold on. He's been down a couple of times early in preliminary fights. This slow start out of the blocks that he normally has to get into his own rhythm. He can be busted up and cut as well, Daws. So there are things for Morrison to aim at. And as you said, he blew away Dean Hickman in a round, so he can do it.
But Daws' defense has been pretty good in recent fights. He's got to keep it like that. But that was a nice lively start. Decent start from Barry Morrison. Nice sharp left hooks landing. Had for me a little more of the success, even just staggering Daws ever so slightly there with that left hook.
Tommy Gilmore, Barry Morrison's promoter, saying he thought it was at the bet of recent times, 4-1 against, that Morrison was going to capture this British title. He's been spurred on by his friend and former amateur rival Kevin Anderson, who's the British and Commonwealth welterweight champion now. He's made the Kirkcaldy ice rink his own territory, and Morrison is desperate to take this belt, the 10-stone one, back north of the border. Good right hand, yeah?
Yeah, decent right to Adam. That was a good shot. He's getting the more eye-catching punches off Morrison. We thought he might. Daws has to up the work rate. That's what he's going to rely on. Straight punches, lots and lots of work.
Clubbing right from Morrison just seemed to trouble Daws momentarily again. He's quite a powerful build, isn't he, Morrison, with those broad shoulders?
Yes, he is. He's got a nice bit of leverage as well, you know, when he whips those hooks in, gets the hips and the legs behind that shot, adds power. But he's got to be focused, and I don't think he really has been focused in his last couple of fights. Now he is.
Yep, he was saying that the Mutu fight was a real kick up the backside for him. He gave up his work as a bricklayer's assistant to turn, well, really pro full-time and concentrate on boxing, give it his everything. He said, it's all gone perfectly in the build-up to this, and I will become champion.
Still just landing with a more eye-catching, accurate punches of the two. Daws has got to throw the straight punches against the shorter, stockier man. Not get involved in a trade-off. Doesn't suit him.
Looks sharp and pretty accurate, doesn't he? Barry Morrison. It's a good start.
He looks fired up.
There's always been the feeling that Daws does everything okay, but nothing particularly spectacular.
Also to remember, Adam, Daws doesn't start that well. He gets better as he goes on. So I expect the poorer of Daws at the moment. Hopefully he'll start improving, start throwing more punches.
Yeah, as it warms up, should be a good watch.
That was better, now listen to me. Hear me. Catch me some nice right hands, we'll hit me some nice right hands to the body. We don't have no many punches, right? But we need to start showing more combinations. More combinations. Remember what I said? When we come the left hook to the body, left hook to the head, turn it into the body. Hear me?
They're asking for combinations.
Yes, because at the moment he's just looking for single punches. And they're landing, but I think if he put a combination together, it would be much more effective. There's a single shot. Tries to come back with the left hook, but the corner, they want 2s and 3s and 4s. That's where he has a better chance of catching Daws.
All right. Get your rhythm going now.
Daws has thrown more, Morrison has landed more. Interesting statistic. British title on the line, hot light welterweight division at the moment. Ricky Hatton, Junior Witter, of course. Ted Bammy. Lenny Daws about number 4. Barry Morrison about 9 at the moment. Will that all change tonight? A positive beginning to this one for Morrison, the challenger from Scotland.
He'd make a bit of history if he can snatch this title. Morrison, first Scot to be the British Light Welterweight champion in its 40-year history, so there's an awful lot for him to go for.
The division started in 1968. In Britain, first champion Des Rea from Liverpool. That would be something if Morrison can pull this off against the odds. It would be an upset. He's not overawed at all, is he?
No, he's not. So far, he's doing well. But will Daws just start settling down, start getting more and more punches off? Look for Daws' work rate just to get better as these rounds go on.
Yeah, his team wish there were still 15-round fights because they believe exactly that, Glenn, that Daws gets better and better as the contest goes on. Morrison has put a lot into these early 3 rounds. Maybe a test of his stamina down the stretch if he doesn't finish this early. And he's knocking the head back of Daws. He's winning the battle at the moment.
Missed that one, caught the arm of Daws, looking for the stomach.
Oh, good shot from Barry Morrison. Head static from Daws.
At the moment, he's just got a good rhythm, hasn't he, Morrison? Just that little bit of snap, and looks like he wants it more for now.
And he's got into the sort of rhythm that Daws gets into during fights. Can Daws do anything to stop the rot here? It's big for Barry Morrison so far after 3 rounds.
Good left hook there from Morrison. Corner happy with his work. He's got a good rhythm. He needs to keep this momentum going, Morrison, because he's just taking the play away from Daws in these early rounds.
Now listen to you, take the comfort away here. Boom, boom, I'm moving about, I'll be moving about. Let's shut this off. Send him over, hear me? Even we walk, sure. If he moves away for the right hand, bang, left foot, we're sending him on you. Hear me?
Over it, Brian.
He's boxing well, the former Scottish amateur international. Barry Morrison in the white and green with Dempsey on the back of his shorts. Dempsey, his 8-month-old son, called after the great Jack Dempsey. Boxing fanatic. Just finished reading Kostiapsu's autobiography. Loves the sport, loves its history, and wouldn't it be something if he could wrench this British title away from Lenny Daws?
Well, he certainly looks motivated. But Daws isn't finished yet. Daws needs to start working the straight punches and throwing his own combinations, trying to get them off.
Because he's got the 3 inches in height, he's got the jab and reach, and he has got, we know, the fitness. He just hasn't got started, that's the problem.
Now, at the moment, he's allowing Morrison to get his hook off first. He's got to stop that by breaking up the rhythm with the jab. That'll just take the momentum away from Morrison, stop him working that shot. Every time he waits till after Morrison.
The one criticism of Lenny Daws has been he's a bit upright, a bit stiff back. Head movement occasionally a problem. Just doesn't seem to get out of the way of some of these shots.
And often Daws goes a bit square on, so he loses that little bit of advantage that he has in reach.
Big family Daws. One of his brothers I can see across the ring. Looking a bit worried, shouting instructions up on his feet. What Robert McCracken's thinking over in that red corner? Things are not going to plan.
It's still pretty early in this one. It's a long way to go for these two. Mike Morrison just burned himself out a little bit. It's a very good start from him.
He has used up a great deal of energy. Yeah, well, that's good respect between the two there. Just strayed a bit low there from Morrison. Daws told him, and he acknowledged that. That's good sportsmanship between the pair. And Daws trying to get back into this round. That's a bit better. The Morden Massive just slowly start to rumble here at Alexandra Palace.
Yes, it was all sensible advice. There was an awful lot of information, but I'm sure he knows his man can take it in. They'll have worked on this long and hard.
Here's the 5th round, as always, the gold trunks of Lenny Daws. Barry Morrison has changed his black ones to white and green. I believe Kevin Anderson wore the same colours when he beat young Muttley in that tremendous dust-up last year. Morrison coming out, attempting to exert more pressure on Daws. $50 fight each. Who's the better boxer, Glenn?
Well, at this moment, Morrison is winning with the jab and he's winning inside. And that's a little bit worrying for Daws, who you'd expect to be the better boxer of the two. Use that jab, use the straight punches, but he's not doing that.
It's an almighty effort so far from Barry Morrison. Looks like it's burning inside how much he wants this.
Robert McCracken was asking him to short hook inside. Well, I don't think that's a place where Daws needs to be. I think he's better outside the reach of Morrison, using the long punches from long range.
That's what he did when he had that good win over Colin Lyons, Daws.
So this is more Morrison's sort of fight. He likes Daws right in front of him. That's where he can get the hooks on. That's where he can find his range. So for me, Daws needs to change the style, get back to his boxing.
Another right hand from Barry Morrison. Uppercut he explored as well. He's trying to prise the gloves open of Daws and expose the lack of head movement. Making it physical to Morrison.
Yep, he's bullying Daws around a little bit. Daws forced to hold when he gets close, and that's where Rob McCracken wanted him to be punching, but he's not punching when he's up close.
6-1 on favourite to win this, Lenny Daws. Not looking quite like that now. And he felt it was a 50-50 clash. Trying to get his jab going, Daws, at the end of the 5th. But Morrison's round, surely.
There's a decent jab from Daws, but he needs to do a lot more of that. That's where he has his better success, when he throws his jab. Morrison likes the short punches inside. That's what suits him.
Well, this is surely where Lenny Daws wants the fight. Jabs landed on the computer are good, but surely rounds are going against him. Needs to get into that rhythm, box on the outside, and use what he does well.
He needs to break Morrison's rhythm up, and to do that, he needs to be first.
All important now for Lenny Daws to start ticking into motion. Boxing his way back into it, but will Morrison let him? Fought like a man possessed, Barry Morrison. If he can keep up this tempo, this work rate, this pace and this desire, he can take this title home. Look at him, center of the ring now, Glenn.
Yes, he's the boss in there. He's making life tough for Lenny Daws. Tommy Gilmore looking on intently there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Tommy Gilmore sitting next to Mick Hennessy. Hennessy, the Daws man. Gilmore, the Morrison man.
Daws, who's looking to hold inside. He needs to push Morrison off, get behind that jab, and let's start throwing straight punches.
What a work rate that Barry Morrison has set here. The sort of tempo that Daws usually likes to work at, and he's having difficulties living with it.
The low punch there again from Morrison. But Lenny Daws complaining it's time he start throwing punches.
Yeah, if he's losing most of these rounds, Glenn, and we're almost halfway, he's got to do something quickly.
Well, the tide is well and truly Morrison's way. And at this point, it doesn't look as if Daws can turn that tide. He's been out-punched, out-fought.
Out-strength, I think, too, in there. Even though he's smaller in the height department. Look at the block size of Morrison and how he leans on Daws.
The difference between these two at the moment, Adam, is just Morrison looks like he's the one that wants it more.
Mick Hennessy and Robert McCracken are chatting in the corner. He's left his seat, Mick Hennessy. He is a worried promoter. This is the first defence of Lenny Daws' British title.
Better from Daws there, got through with a left hook.
But not enough again.
Listen to me now. Let's go to work now. Then 1-2 hooks and then double jab right hands and flow. Combinations down the middle. Hands up will catch his hooks and then body and head when you're there now. I want every round now. Every round. You understand me? And I want it big as well. Off them jabs and right hands. Lenny, back him up behind the straight shots and let's go to work. You ready to go now? Come on, you're in shape. Let's go to work. He's looking for a referee. Let's win this round. Come on.
Great corner sound from Robert McCracken, saying that the judges might have Morrison a little bit ahead, but then saying he needs to win every round, Daws. And that's why on Glenn's unofficial card, he's 5 down. 3 judges, remember now, for British title fights at ringside. Psychology there from McCracken, wasn't it?
Well, he needs to do something to get his man to pull something out. It's all down to heart now, how much he needs it. And he's really got to lift himself to take the play away from Barry Morrison, who's got the momentum. He just looks like he wants this so much more.
Yeah, really putting the force into the hooks now, Morrison. He's pushing Daws back. There's a left hand, Tommy Gilmore telling him to drive his way through. This is the performance so far of Barry Morrison's career. And I think Daws in the build-up was looking towards the European title, other challenges, maybe looked at the Morrison record, saw that defeat, and thought, I can easily outbox this guy. Wrong.
So far it's wrong. He hasn't really come in here with a game plan and stuck to it, Daws. He's allowed Morrison to dictate from the start. Now you want to see Daws give himself a bit of room, start doubling up on that jab, bringing the right hand. We've hardly seen his straight right.
And it's the right hand of Morrison that lands there. Lenny Daws saw his close friend Lee Meagher lose his British title at the first defence against John Thaxton at the end of last year. Meagher's incidentally part of the corner tonight with Lenny Daws. Is Lightning going to strike twice? Targeting the body, Morrison, then the head. Nothing seems to be stopping him at all. It's a Great effort this from Barry Morrison.
Even if he's falling forward, he tries to throw a shot, Morrison, where Daws just isn't getting his work rate up.
Accuracy there from Morrison, and these rounds are ticking away. Daws shakes his head. Looks fine, doesn't he, as well?
He looks good. They've done their work. He knows what he has to do to beat Lenny Daws. He's doing it perfect at this moment. The key for me is he's getting off first. He's leading the action. And Daws has just been put out of his stride.
Well, you see this. Barry Morrison's cut man, Benny King, a great old character in the sport, has got his thumbs up because he can't believe how easy this has been for Morrison.
No, they're very, very happy in that Scottish corner.
There's still time for Lenny Daws. But can he do anything? Not a big puncher with only 6 knockouts. But he needs something to stop Morrison coming at him constantly, because that's what it's been. He's been flowing Morrison tonight.
We really need to see Daws grit his teeth and just start throwing punches. It's getting down to that. You know, is he going to let his British title slip away, be outworked, out-hustled, outmanned in this fight?
Barry Morrison has got quite a useful stoppage in this round on his record of Gary Reid. So he can find the firepower late.
Well, I think an accumulative effect would wear people down, because when he's throwing punches like this, there's a lot going in. And I think he's sapping the spirit of Lenny Daws.
And who'd have ever thought that? The way Daws fights, gum shields out, no break in the action. Hasn't really been. Mickey Van's looking for one. Daws tries to get combinations off, much better. Oh, the man from Morton has suddenly got Barry Morrison hurt. What a turnaround here. This is incredible in the 8th round.
Well, he's finally grit his teeth and started to throw punches with a little bit of fire.
And Mickey Van puts the gum shield in and gives Barry Morrison plenty of time here, which could be crucial. Robert McCracken absolutely fuming over in the red corner because Barry Morrison was hurt for the first time in the fight.
Might be the first signs that Barry Morrison is starting to get tired, starting to wilt a little bit. The confidence will have just lifted in Lenny Daws.
Ironically, it was Kevin Anderson, his friend Barry Morrison's, who came from behind to defeat young Muttley. And look at this, Lenny Daws coming on strong. Can he outlast Barry Morrison? It's turning into a thriller.
Well, what a turnaround from Lenny Daws. He needed to find something.
Oh, gum shield goes again from Morrison. Heads all over the place too, and he holds on. 16 seconds left in the round, and Morrison needs the bell.
He's in desperate trouble in there. Another good combination. Could see it all over.
You never ever know what is going to happen in boxing. Morrison winning this by a mile, and now Daws has turned it all around.
What a fight, what a great round of boxing that was. Suddenly he gets through a left hook, the hands come down, and then he goes to work. He feels the strength draining from Morrison, and the punches rain in. Tremendous barrage, and he was badly hurt.
Look at Mick Hennessy there on his feet. Daws' promoter. And Tommy Gilmore silenced. It's a battle between the promoters at ringside. And what a tear up in the ring.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Well, good action.
Seconds out, round 9.
What else do we have?
Just good matchups in domestic boxing at the moment in Britain. Jamie Moore, Matthew Mack, and young Muttley against Kevin Anderson last year. Martin Parry in Napa another. This year starts with this one. Will it come down to reserves of stamina? Has Barry Morrison got a big enough lead? Can Daws find more punches to hurt the Scotsman? What happens next?
Well, what did that take out of Morrison that round? Took some big shots. Does Daws have enough left in the locker to turn this around? For me, he's going to need a stoppage.
Judges at ringside. Phil Edwards just in front of us. Marcus McDonald to our left and Dave Parris to our right. Interesting to see how they've got it. We won't know until it goes to the final bell if it does. But we believe Morrison has got a very handy lead. And Daws certainly needs knockdowns, if not a stoppage.
Short right hand from Daws. Hit the mark there.
Daws trying to get the combinations. Good uppercut from Morrison, who's dug in well this round.
Yes, he hasn't allowed Daws to capitalise. Not so far. Getting a few good little left hands in himself, Morrison. Starting to raise his game.
Fabulous action here at Ali Pally. And Mickey Van, the referee, is a spectator like we all are. He's hardly had to do anything apart from replace the gum shield a couple of times. Says don't hold to Morrison there. Daws comes on strong. And Morrison lunges. I'm glad this fight got made, Glenn.
Certainly, it always looked like this was going to be a good clash of styles, a great mix of personalities, and it's living up to its enthused weight.
And now Tommy Gilmore is coming round to Morrison's corner.
Well, good work there, nice little uppercut from Morrison. Did well to fight his way back in this round. Still maybe just give it to Daws ever so slightly, but Morrison proved the point, got himself right back in there.
Glenn, was that the round that Morrison had to survive, or is there still danger ahead?
I think he's tired, he's thrown an awful lot. I think Daws could still come out with a good flurry, a good combination of punches to change this around. Morrison has to be at his best.
9 minutes left, British Light Welterweight title on the line. And these great domestic title clashes of the last 2 or 3 years. Well, there's so much pride in that Lonsdale belt, isn't there? And it's just terrific to see. Who wants it more down the stretch? Morrison has never been 12 rounds. Daws has on one occasion when he won the title against Nigel Wright.
Well, this title opens the doors to money and success, doesn't it? European, Commonwealth, and world honours lie ahead, but all the fighters want to win the Lonsdale belt first.
At its level, a thoroughly entertaining affair between these two. Daws now swinging the pendulum in his favour, just for a moment.
Looks strong, Daws.
Now Morrison complains. Don't think that was low, though. I think that was right in the body. And he takes another deep breath, Barry Morrison. He's given it his all, hasn't he? He could just fall apart. We don't know.
Well, all through this fight, he's looked the one that wants it more. There seems a little glimmer of hope in the eyes of Lenny Daws as he lets those shots go. Has he left it too late, or can he find the punches?
Meanwhile, Tommy Gilmore and Mick Hennessy, they're almost fighting their own battle at ringside. The two of them utterly focused on this.
As are all of us in this room. Great little fight.
It has lived up to expectation. It's the round that Matthew Macklin failed in his bid to wrench the British title from Jamie Moore. These two are still going at each other. Not quite as brutal or as sheer exciting as Moore Macklin. I'll tell you what, it's pretty good.
Still maybe just getting a little more success. I think he's lasted the course a bit better, Lenny Daws.
Still both of them walking into punches. Morrison swings with all his might. And have a look at these two. Their own private little war. Mick Hennessy feels the advantage. But Tommy Gilmore has had a few already. 2 rounds to go. Glenn's got it by 3 to Morrison. We've no idea how the 3 judges have it. But what we do know is surely Daws needs a very good finish.
Decent right hand from Morrison, just letting Daws know he's not finished yet, and I think he'll feel stronger knowing the finishing line is close. Maybe we can get a little last surge from Morrison to really seal this.
Good shot from Daws, though. And Morrison is in uncharted territory. He's never been this far before. He's now got a cut on the bridge of the nose to add to the drama. I guess the only thing we're missing is a knockdown in this fight. Will we get one? Shakes his head, Morrison. Oh, great shot from Lenny Daws. Nearly went there, Morrison.
He come back with a good one himself, out of instinct, Morrison, but his legs were deadened there with that shot, weren't they?
Right hand back from Morrison. This is astonishing. Is one of these going to go late on? Right hand from Daws. And Morrison suddenly looks to be fighting on a bit of instinct. Back he comes.
Well, you said we hadn't had a knockdown. We might just get one yet.
Trench warfare between these two. A British battle of fire, passion, guts and grit. Morrison just slumps to the canvas. No knockdown, but he is very, very tired now. Is there a sting in the tail?
Well, he worked so hard early on to try and get the fight, Morrison. Took a little bit too much out of himself. Daws, the pressure of the two at this late stage.
A couple of times, Barry Morrison has been rocking and rolling and ready to go, but he is hanging in. He's got 3 minutes and 20 seconds to do it, and he may just have enough points in the bag to win this British title. But it is going to be a very tough last round. And Daws has come back so well, Glenn.
He really has.
Well on top now. He'll do a couple of swings, but I need a better work rate than that round, all right? Have a spit, have a spit. You've got to be well ahead now, isn't it?
You're all right, eh?
Aye, no single shots, Barry.
No single shots, Barry.
Push him in the back foot. You must keep him in the back foot. Don't
Aye.
step back and allow him to come to you.
Barry,
You must push him back.
There is Benny King. He's got in the ring now. I know he's got a cut to work on, but I think he wanted to say something.
Yeah, I think he wants to give some advice, certainly loads of experience, Benny King. But good work from both men. Daws just a little bit sharper, with a little bit more in the tank at the end here. Morrison gutsy, but is he running out of gas as we approach the last 3 minutes?
Looking around me at ringside, Glenn. People are going topsy-turvy either way. 1 or 2 more for Morrison. The touch gloves, so much respect. There's Glenn's card. 3 up for Morrison on that. Daws needs a knockout win in this last session. Can Morrison just grit his teeth and get through? Because he probably deserves this, Glenn, overall.
Well, he's just got to throw it all in this last round, Morrison. Keep himself together. He had much the better start. Dominated early on. It's been a great comeback from Lenny Daws. Showed great character. And an excellent, exciting fight from both men. But for me, if Morrison can get anything out of this round, he should have just done enough and maybe puts himself in the history books.
What a heart Lenny Daws has shown to claw his way back into this. But Barry Morrison may just have saved something up for this 12th round, and he may need to. The clock is counting down, and the feeling around us is that Morrison may well get this. Cut to, I think, for Morrison, certainly on the nose there. He's just willing himself on, and I think it's been that desire and hunger as well, Glenn, that Morrison's brought to the ring tonight.
Yes, me too. Good right hand. He's finishing this well, Morrison. Hats off to him. Really has shown a great deal of desire, hasn't he?
He hung in there in the 9th, which could have been the crucial round, and he's finishing very strongly, and Daws looks ragged. Hennessy on his feet, he's worried. Robert McCracken, head in his arms. I think they might know the British title could be changing hands. 45 seconds to go of what has been a British title fight to remember.
Well, he's done it for me. Morrison pulled it out the bag in this last round. Finished well.
Early candidate for domestic fight of the year, even in January. Isn't that brilliant? Look at this from Morrison. He's driving himself on. 10 seconds to go. How have the 3 judges got this? Will Barry Morrison become the new British Light Welterweight champion? I think, Glenn, we at ringside believe he should.
Yes, I think he feels he's won it. Both put their arms in the air, but certainly a good start from Morrison. He had a little bad patch, but came through, finished the last round well. And for me, he's a deserved winner because he looked like the man who wanted it more.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a split decision. Judge Phil Edwards scores the contest 115 to 113 in favour of Barry Morrison. Judge Dave Parris scores the contest 112 to 117 in favour of Lenny Daws. And Judge Marcus McDonald scores the contest 115 to 114 in favour of the winner and the new British Light Welterweight champion, Scotland's Barry Morrison.
Barry Morrison becomes the first Scotsman to hold the British Light Welterweight title by split decision. Dave Parris giving it to Lenny Daws by 5 points. Phil Edwards by 2 to Morrison, Marcus McDonald by 1, and it is the night of Morrison's life so far. What about that scoring, Glenn?
Well, I'm surprised it varied so much. Dave Parris, I think, was way out. Normally